What's going on, everybody? I'm back. I couldn't wait to get back on here. Now I brought with me my brother, Stanley. You can go check out his channel at, what is it, Stanley Orchard?
Yeah, because I'm super creative. I just go by Stanley Orchard.
Well, cheers, man. Thanks for coming in here, helping me out with all this.
I'm looking forward to it.
My last stream was kind of funny because I was streaming. I thought I was screen sharing, but then anyways, it was a mess. That was my first draw stream, so it's like, who cares? I don't care. I'm gonna leave it up. But well, first of all, what's been going on with you? How's Christmas and everything treating you?
I'm freaking loving it, man. Let me see. Well, I've got nothing going on, and that's kind of the part that I'm loving about it. It's a little bit of a break. I got one more week of work before I have like a couple of weeks off for the holiday. The girls are off, my daughter and my wife, and so we're enjoying some time doing Christmas festivities. I've actually been freaking out about like presents the last couple of days. I've gone super cheap on the whole Amazon thing, getting presents for everybody, Amazon discounts and whatever I can find at Goodwill. And that's been my week.
Goodwill. Hey, that's a good one. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I've been dealing with like Christmas and just like working, trying to pay some of those bills before all this Christmas money hits. And then
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to interrupt you for a second. What I'm going to do for Christmas next year, I advise you do the same. So like tomorrow, I'm going to go into my calendar on my phone, and I'm going to set dates for myself. Like, okay, like August 15th, buy birthday presents.
Yeah,
you know
right.
What I mean? Because it's going to take me like 2 weeks for delivery, and I got to wrap it and everything else. So I'm like, okay, so I'm going to tell myself in August, birthday presents. I'm going to set a note for myself in October, Christmas presents. Get it done. I'm going to have some boxes sitting out on the table. That's what I did like for Christmas this year. I set boxes out. Like I need to get presents for these guys. And I set a box out and I started like doing like some drawings for some people. I started doing some, like I do my jalapenos for some people. And I just started putting this stuff in these boxes. And a lot of that's like our Patreon stuff for the YouTube channel as well. And I just started like filling all this stuff up. When a box was done, I slap it together and I ship it and I move on to the next box.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start Christmas shopping in the summertime. You know what I mean?
Dude, for like your birthday, I have to get started in August. If I don't, then I have those years where I fail.
Last year, I had like some birthday presents, everything bought like really early, and I was hanging on to them, but then I forgot about them. And then Christmas Day, I think it was last year, Christmas Day, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. And I went and ran in and pulled some stuff out of the closet. Well, all right. So there's a campaign on Indiegogo. I'm going to share this screen real quick. Is it sharing? Okay.
There it is.
There we go. So we got this guy, Camel Moon. He's got this campaign on Indiegogo called Boots and Heels. And for this, it's a pretty cool campaign, man. And he had a contest, which had a pretty decent, prize. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to enter this. But then I started, I like his artwork. But when I start researching for this stuff, right, I start going through the internet to find every picture I can of all these characters, because I don't know anything about any of these characters yet, right? And so I'm trying to piece together, and luckily he's got some pages in here to kind of give you an idea of what his story's about. Going through this artwork, I really like his art style. It's and his character's real creative, and so I'm just like, the more I'm getting into drawing this piece, the more I'm like loving it, man. So like these guys right here, these are okay from what this is the Boots and Heels. Boots and Heels are these two, where they at? Right here. These two characters right here. And They have to go back in time. Let me read it. I know I'm going up and down all over the place.
While you're reading it, hey, while you're doing that, do me a favor real quick. Hit Control Plus. I want to see something.
What does Control Plus do? Control Plus. What did that do?
I thought it would zoom in on it just a little bit, but I can't see that on my end, so it didn't make a difference.
Oh, you know what? Okay, hold on. Let me try that again. Let me try Control Plus. Oh, it's doing it on StreamYard.
Okay.
Let me try.
Yeah,
it on
you'd have to actually do it on that window. There you go. That did it.
All right. So, in the year 2020, New York City is in ashes after the disastrous battle between the Comics Gators and the fabulous Z-Zims. Now, with global annihilation on the horizon, Boots and Heels are sent back from the year 3210 to save Earth from blasting into 1,000,000 bits. Issues 1 through 3. Now back in the 21st century, Boots and Heels must track down New York City's greatest hero, the Clawed Agent, moments before his death to recruit him in an effort to keep the planet from exploding. But the Clawed Agent isn't too keen on hearing their proposal. So that's a little bit of a gist right here of what's going on. And looking at some of this artwork, I love it, dude. The Comics Gator. So you got Boots and Heels, your main heroes, right? They got to go meet these Comics Gators, which, you know, they're like similar to the Ninja Turtles, it looks like, but they're gators. I love it. And they got to fight the fabulous Z-Zims, or X-Zims. I keep saying Z-Zims. The X-Thems. It's funny. I love this artwork. So I'm entering this contest, did some research, and I realized there's so many awesome characters on this thing that there's no way to put all of them into one cover, right? So I thought maybe I'll do, instead of one entry, I'll do 3, you know? I'll do 3 entries. And
that's what you're working on now?
That's what I'm working on, like right now. I've already done the pencils, so now it's all about inking.
A lot of ink, man. So, you got a 3 panel.
Yeah, three panel. Is there? Okay, hold on. Let me pull this guy up.
Yeah.
There
wow.
we go.
So that doesn't do it justice. Earlier, we were looking at the one panel. It looked like, oh, well, you were talking about how this is going to take 10 hours. You spent 2 hours on this. And I was like, I don't know about 10 hours. Now I see that it's the 3 panels. I see where the hours.
No. When I say 10 hours, all right, this took me 2 hours, right? 2 hours. I don't know if I'm slow or what, but when I say 10 hours, I'm talking about.
I say meticulous.
This one's going to take me 10 hours.
Yeah.
This one's going to take me 10 hours. And then this one's going to take me another 10 hours.
30 minutes.
This one's not going to take me 10 hours because it's a lot bigger spaces and bigger lines. Yeah. Dude, this is going to be a lot of work right here, man.
Who's the artist? Who's the creator?
His name on YouTube. His name is Camel Moon. But
you gonna have a link to his stuff in the description of this video so people can check that out?
Oh yeah, it's a good idea. I don't even think about that.
Yeah, so if like somebody checking this out after the fact, hey, first off, you need to make sure that you're subscribing to this channel because there's going to be a lot of fun stuff coming up on that. But second off, check out the description and you can see what he's talking about with this artwork over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put that in there as soon as I'm done with this live stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, go check out Boots and Heels, Camel Moon's Boots and Heels on Indiegogo. Actually, there's another interesting thing happening right now that is another thing we can talk about it. Indiegogo, don't go use the link to find this campaign because on Indiegogo, they've been shadow banning people, especially in Comics Gate realm. It's a little bit unnerving and annoying, but this is how we fight it. Use the links. You have to use direct links now to find this stuff because if you go to Indiegogo, it won't show up. You have to use a direct link or Google it and then direct link that.
So here's a thought on that. I have 2 cents. I have something that I'd like to say about that. I think that's badass. Personally, I think that's a good thing. And the reason why is because one of the things that people find value, like personally, something that I would find value out of this, back in the 90s when we're collecting cards and comics, I want the rare ones. I want the ones that, like, those are the ones that had the highest value, are the ones that are hardest to find. They got suppressed for some sort of reason because they had, like, the card number was wrong or whatever the case may be. I don't know. Go to these links and check this stuff out and get your hands on the stuff that's not as readily available on Indiegogo. Like, that stuff's all over Indiegogo. Yeah. Use it directly. Get yourself into the cool stuff that's a lot harder to find.
Yeah, the back in the day, like indie comics, we were kids. We didn't know about the indie comics. I mean, we knew they were there, but I didn't really know where to find them or anything. We weren't like comics. We were like comic book collectors from Walmart in the gas station, when they had spinner racks and everything everywhere. Going to the comic shop we usually went there to go get collectibles and never really. Plus, I don't think mom and dad would have let us buy indie comics back then. But now you got the internet, and that includes Indiegogo. One of the good things about, I wouldn't say it's a good thing, but it's a plus, I guess. It's like, look on the bright side of things with them shadow banning some of these campaigns, because there's nothing in this campaign that deserves it to be shadow banned at all. Not that I've seen. So it's just somebody behind the computer. But one of the upsides, I guess you could look at the bright side on this and say, with it shadow banned, it limits like people who go into Indiegogo looking for something to flag, right? They're like, they can go in there and look up Comicsgate. By having to use links, you have to get the word out. It's a little bit more work, but you're going to get less people flagging it, right? Because it's like a privatized almost in a weird way. Yeah, privatized with the use of links rather than a search. Dude, plus, Indiegogo is doing some weird. Yeah, the harder it is to find,
the more valuable it's going to be.
Yeah.
I like this personally. If I'm going to get in on a campaign and I'm hearing that's a selling point to me. I'm hearing like, oh, for one, what makes it worth shadow banning? I want to find out. And for two, if it's so much harder to get a hold of, that's the thing that I want to invest in, is the thing that's like, okay, like some of this other stuff, maybe I can get my hands on a little bit easier. But this, if they're like trying to suppress this, that's the thing I want in on.
I can see that aspect of it. It's a little annoying because, the whole point of Indiegogo, it's not like people go to Indiegogo it's not a store. You don't go there to buy comics. You go there to back projects, right? To get projects done. So it is annoying that they're doing it, because it does limit reach, which is kind of part of the whole thing, right? We're trying to expand and grow and just by being on Indiegogo alone is already kind of like it's kind of a niche, whatever, indie comic kind of a thing. So it's already like got its value in that sense. Shadow banning it does make it harder, which makes it harder to fund, I guess. Making it less on his end for sure. It's like makes it less likely to be able to. You're not gonna be able to print as many, so I guess the value goes up in that regard. But on the other hand, that also makes it harder to make a living off of doing this. But spreading the word and getting those links out there, which I'll make sure to put in the description. I forgot to do that.
Put it in afterwards. That's fine. Anybody who pops in during the thing, we can always like slip the links into the chat. That's not a problem. But if you're catching this after the fact and you're not going through the chat, you'll be able to find the links in the description of the video.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm going to make sure to put that in there. You know what? I'm over here we got Grant McIntosh over here. At least he was 10 minutes ago.
I didn't see the chat. I didn't see anybody pop up.
You know what? I think he's gone now, but because I had it on the music tab over here, right? I wasn't looking at comments. But Grant waves. He says, cheers. Cheers to Grant. And you know what? I'm drinking that Highland Park that you
nice.
My birthday present. But I'm gonna take a little bit of a break on that, take it a little bit easy, and switch to a beer.
I am not. I'm
not saying.
I had a couple.
I'm not gonna go easy on the drinking. I'm just gonna switch to beer for a minute. But man, I love all this stuff. This drawing, man, this drawing was something like I had designed it, and I should have done, I guess, the whole process, but it's a little weird. Just inking this thing live was kind of like already. It's like sometimes if I make a mistake, I can, nobody knows or something, and I can fix it, whatever. When I'm doing it live, it's a little bit nerve-wracking because I'm live, and people watch me make a mistake, and I have to correct it live, and then I'm not so badass anymore. But screw it.
No,
I don't
that's
care.
not the case. Because again, that's one of those things where it's like only you and the people who are checking out this live stream. Like if you're again watching this like in review, if you're not watching it live, this is an opportunity for you to you get in on this. You can always if you get in on this, if Peter wins, for example, and you get like one of these covers, you can be like, yeah, like I was in on that live stream. I was checking this out and seeing the actual inking and drawing of this thing.
Yeah, it's just pretty cool.
You have the stories.
Like live draw streams aren't for everybody, but man, there's an artist, David Finch, right? I love watching this guy, and Kim Jong-ji, I think his name was. Those two, which Kim Jong-ji's he passed away earlier this year, but his live streams were so much fun because he didn't pencil or do anything. He just grabbed a brush, and he could get every width of line width out of this brush, and his artwork was just perfect every time. He'd draw these insane pieces. It's totally worth checking out his channel and all his old streams, because I just watching him, I learned a lot. And as well as David Finch. David Finch does a lot of cool videos, and he does live streams too. But watching him draw, man, is just really helped improve my skills. Watching all these videos, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I love drawing these things, and like I meticulously I drew the basic idea, and I have the sketches over there somewhere, but I'm not going to go dig those up. I've got just pages and pages of sketches where I'm like, okay, what would look cool, different ideas. And once I decided I'm not going to have enough space on one page to get everything I want in there, what am I going to do then? And I thought, okay, I'm going to have a page for the X-Thems. I'm going to have a page for the heroes. I'm going to have a page for the villains. And speaking of which, those villains, his name is Robust, and his Red Robobots. That's cool. Anyways, I'm going to have a page for each, section, or it might be a cool cover. I'm going to enter each one as its own thing, and let it kind of, if I win, I win. If I don't win, and that's cool. I still did an awesome piece, and it's a lot of fun to draw. So, if he wants to use them, that'll be awesome.
If he doesn't want to use them, is there any way you can like if somebody was really a fan of this project and they were interested, would it be possible for them to hit you up and maybe purchase them from you?
Maybe. I wouldn't be opposed to that. There are art auctions, kind of like the one going on over on Ethan Van Sciver's channel right now. That I'm not a big timer like them, so I'm not going to end up on their stream. But there's a lot of the smaller channels in Comicsgate that also do art auctions, and that would be a great place to do something like that, or eBay.
Yeah, so
or eBay,
rare,
or
if they want to find something that's a little bit harder to come by, then this is a good place to do it. How do they get a hold of you? Just leave a comment.
If anybody is interested in either this piece or getting me to do something, they can always hit me up on Twitter, and I think it's _ Peter Orchard. I got the link in the description, but I'm on Twitter mainly, and I'll post stuff on Instagram, and I get messages on Instagram.
They can just hit at Stanley Orchard on Twitter, and they'll find you.
Yeah. They can hit at Stanley Orchard, and then they'll find you, and then you can send them my way.
There you go. Or you can just type in Peter Orchard on Twitter, or the search will find it.
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty good on the Peter Orchard search. There's not very many Peter Orchards out there, but Yeah, so I'm like having a blast drawing this thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to live stream the whole thing, even though I've already started, so I might as well, right? It's kind of confusing. I haven't decided. I put part 1. Am I frozen? Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. It did freeze up a second, but it'll fix itself. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I thought sometimes this camera cuts out when it's plugged in. So
I've seen that before. I always say every single live stream I do about 100 live streams a year, and every single one of them I say #live happens. Every single live stream, something happens. So
yeah. So
most of the time, it's just a little bit of lag on YouTube. There's a connection between StreamYard, YouTube, a little bit of a lag there. It happens sometimes. If the camera shuts off, you still got the other one going. You can always just pop back in.
Yeah. And then, you want to see something else that's kind of cool that I've been working on?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me pull this up. Sketch cards.
That's now we're talking about like this is something you need to be working on to send out. So like if you have if and when you get like a Patreon set up, that is the perfect thing to be sending out for like Patreon people at Christmas.
Yes, actually, I'm going to be setting up a Patreon because once I started doing these, which I'll pull the camera over here.
Let's get closer to that.
So, right here.
That's original artwork.
Yeah, this is original artwork right here. Pen, ink, and markers. Spider-Man. We got Weapon X, which he kind of looks like a monkey, but yeah, that's what it is. It's old school. We'll just call it that. And then we got Venom, which I love drawing Venom, man. Venom's like my favorite. Whenever I'm working at the school, the kids always want Venom, so I'm always like drawing Venom. Like I've drawn like 30 Venoms this year.
Nice.
Maybe more. And then Wolverine. This is the first one that I did. I wasn't very impressed with this one. I don't know. I might put it in a set or something. It's cool. It's just like, and then Iron Man. I was playing around with some different. I was playing around with some techniques. It's a little weird looking, but that's because I was. What I was doing was taking Sharpies and dipping them in rubbing alcohol to blend it because so that you don't get that hashing, whatever you call it, like when you marker over itself and then there's like a dark spot and then a light spot. I was dipping it in rubbing alcohol and letting it fade from light to dark, and it came out kind of cool. Like the technique came out pretty cool, so that was a fun experiment.
I actually had a whole lesson with Savannah about that last week.
Oh yeah. With those markers you were telling me about.
Yeah, we got the alcohol markers, which ended up being like they're Sharpies, is what they are.
Yeah.
She wanted paint markers. We're going to work on that, but since we had the alcohol markers, I was like, well, we might as well learn how to do this. Luke's birthday Christmas present, we had to do a card for him, so I was like, well, Savannah, you're the artist. You're going to have to draw him a card. So I gave her an 11 by 17 sheet of paper, and I showed her how to fill that thing out with a Sharpie without destroying the Sharpies and wearing your hand out, And part of that was blending.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a cool technique. It's kind of fun learning like experimenting with all this stuff again. I can't wait to get started on my own comic. I'm working on the script right now, but I've been bouncing around. I've got like several different comics that I have in the works that I have like the beginning stages of, and I'm kind of trying to figure out which would be the best to do. Which story would be the best one to start with. And I'm thinking I have an idea. I think the Off-World one is going to be the best one to start with. And it's also weird because I've been playing around with these ideas for a long time, and I've noticed over the years, did the music just jump up?
No, good on my end.
Oh, that's weird. It's kind of funny because every time around this time of year, I'm thinking I want to get back on that project, the off-road project. And then springtime, there's that other project that I'm working on that I'm like, oh, it's time to work on this. And dude, that messes with your head because I'm like, oh, but there's like a couple weeks where I'm just like still wanting to work on this one, but all the juices are done, you know? Like it's like I'm tapped, but I am excited for this project. And when I'm working on projects, when I'm excited about it, they come out so much better. And now I'm like back on this project that I was working on at the beginning of the year. You know, I don't know how to fix that. I don't know how to like overcome that thing. It's like a weird creative person's. I've heard other people say it, so I know I'm not alone on that one. It's like I got several ideas. It's seasonal.
It is seasonal, and we go through that like with our channel. I do fishing content. I do fishing videos on YouTube. So this time of year, I'm spent. I have fished. Well, some weeks I fish 7 days a week, and so by the time November rolls around, I am like done. And by the time December rolls around, I'm out of videos. Like I don't have anything like built up. You know, like right now, I'm trying to film that last video of the season. So I tell everybody like straight up, like this is the end. This is the last video that I'm filming. I'm taking 2 months off. I take a 2-month break. And then I use that time to work on like whatever the next thing is going to be. And most like historically, that's always been just like, I'm just going to take a break. I don't do anything. But like right now, I've got to do some studio changes and stuff for our live streams. So I'm trying to get like the house and the studio set up and everything so that when we start live streaming again in January, I'm ready for it. And that's how I do it. So when I have that, like, I know that I'm going to be worn out by November. So I try to plan where in September I'm filming the end of everything so that I can end it. And then when, you know, December rolls around, like it's over. I don't have to explain anything. I can naturally move on to whatever that next thing is.
Yeah. And adding live streaming to the mix just makes it that much more convoluted. Like this piece has been ready to ink for a couple days. And I'm just like, oh, I got a live stream, but I know that if I live stream, I need a certain amount of time to do at least a halfway decent live stream. So if I'm gonna do it, I have to do it at this time. But when I've got all this other stuff I've got to work on, especially during Christmas, it's kind of like, oh man, I don't have time to do the drawing and the live stream. Like a drawing, I can jump on at any time and work on it. But trying to like make a video out of it, it gets a little like overwhelming thinking about all the different stuff. And the last couple of drawings I did like yeah, it's just like adding more, but I guess, you know, building up an audience and stuff, which speaking of which right now we've got 0 viewers.
No, that's not true.
No. Yeah. Well, I was just joking anyways. Earlier I had some people pop in I didn't expect from over at the Comics Way guys.
Nice.
The 656 crew and all them. It's cool. I'm surprised they jumped in. Maybe they'll let me jump on their live stream one of these days.
Right. Talking to you.
I don't know if they ever if they drink. But I want to do, you know, a good stream where I've got a lot of topics to talk about. And not a draw stream, you know. I think the talking and stuff is more fun and easier to do than the drawing and talking live stream.
I enjoy that myself. I enjoy having the conversations, seeing what everybody has to say. That's all part of the fun.
Yeah. What was the last comic book you read?
Oh, something from the 90s, I'm sure. Savvy got into comics. I read some of the ones that she picked up. She was into Teen Titans for a bit, and then kind of got out of it. Like, you know, DC only goes so far.
There's a problem with. I mean, I don't know which ones she was reading, but some of the newer ones. I don't know about Teen Titans because I don't really. I think I have like one Teen Titans comic. The artwork is pretty good, but oh look at my God, my face is frozen on that. I'm making like a good pose too. That's my O face.
It always freezes at a good one. Yeah, the ones that we got, there was good artwork. She's getting into a little bit of the anime stuff right now, and I'm encouraging that, letting her, like, she's trying to learn from it. So I'm like letting her go to town, have fun, learn anime. I'm good with that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the anime, dude, that manga stuff. That I know that's like a in the comics book world. I don't think anybody's really like resentful of the mangas, but it is kind of like, oh man, mangas are killing it right now, you know? And some of them, they're interesting. I'm trying to understand what the appeal is. I'm sure everybody's trying to understand what the appeal really is. I've been like asking the girls, like, hey, why do y'all like these things so much? What do these have that comic books don't have, you know? And they're just like, well, they're easy to read. They're small. They can fit in your book. They're your book bag, your backpack. I don't know. Like, the stories are different. They're weird, you know. They're not like your typical thing what DC and Marvel are doing these days. It's just not interesting. Like, I'm not interested. Oh my God, Robin, man, I wish I had this pulled up. Robin just did a new comic book. You know, they made Robin gay.
Yeah, well, I think that's pretty much like across the board what they're doing with that.
Yeah, but the comic, it's like the thing is that the story's boring. Like, at least the one that I read, it was and actually Raging Rainbow did a video on this, which was actually really good. I love that dude. Yeah, Dylan he's funny, man. His videos are great, and he did a video on this Robin issue and made a lot of funny, you know, points about it. It's just like, I think the artwork was, it's like not bad, but it's not good. It's like, in my opinion, it's not good. The thing I don't like about it was Robin's head is like it's like a bean or like a bean bag draped over. It's like let me pull this up. Let me try and pull this up.
I want to see what you're talking about now.
Yeah. Okay, Robin. I wonder if we should just EFAP Dylan's stream.
Also, yeah, you should probably just look that up. I'll add on to that. Like, part of the bummer about that is they already had the relationship thing going on between like Robin and Starfire, and I'm referring to the cartoons on Cartoon Network. So I don't know like how the comic book goes. I'm assuming the comic books at some point at least covered some of that, like that happened at some point. And now just to like rewrite that entire thing entirely, like, it was kind of natural.
Yeah, and then of course there's a bunch of
somebody.
There's a couple of different Robins, so
yeah, but they don't refer to that other than like jokingly, like at times it seems.
Well, I mean, like, there's like Tim Drake. You know what? I've never been much of a Robin. I'm gonna read them. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, and that Robin too. But so I don't sound stupid, I'm gonna go ahead and look that up and pretend like I knew what I was talking about. Who are I know there's more. The Dick Grayson. Yeah, I knew that. And Jason Todd, of course. Can't forget Jason Todd. Carrie Kelly. I don't know who that is. Tim Drake. I don't know who Stephanie Brown is. Damian Wayne. And I don't know what that other one is. Anyways, those are some of the Robins. So it gets a little confusing which Robin you're talking about. In fact, I was on one of Dylan's streams one time talking about how it wasn't that big of a surprise that they decided to make Robin gay. And he actually, like, he set me straight. He was like, no, that's this Robin. I think Dick Grayson. And the Robin that they made gay was the other Robin. Because there's the other Robin.
Is it Carrie? I bet it's Carrie, because that sounds like the Robin that should fall into that category. My money's on Carrie.
There's the Robin, and then there's the one that became Red X, and the one that became the Joker, and I don't know if that's the same one. That might be the same one. I'm a Marvel guy, guys. I don't know DC. All I know is, you know, talking points. And
you know what? I'm going to say kudos for one. I'm going to say kudos DC, and I'm a 90s Marvel guy. But I'm going to say kudos DC. I like that they actually had different Robins. I don't know how all of these Robins got their thing, but I do feel like maybe Batman needs like a wall of Robin, like a picture, like an employee of the month for each Robin that he's had, and like maybe some kind of like story as to how they got, to be Robin, the employee of the month. It needs to be something that's explained to the next guy every time, like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to call you Robin, and even though that's like your name, it's kind of like your employee ID, and you're filling in for this Robin over here, and well, he's gay, so I couldn't have him, but or I guess maybe it's the other way around. You know what I mean? There needs to be some exposition there.
Okay, all right. Now I'm gonna pause the music for a second. Now we were talking earlier about sharing screen. I'm gonna boomer this horribly because I'm not savvy in all this, and I'm gonna say something about that because in high school I was all about film. I was all about making these things, and before YouTube even existed, I had an idea for a show to do. An idea for a show that I was going to work on. I started working on it, and then YouTube came out, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this would be perfect. I could put everything on YouTube." But I was in the mindset of doing production quality, like professional production quality, and I was in that mindset for another 10 years of YouTube, trying and like learning all these skills to be like an actual professional. And the longer the more time I spent perfecting my skills at being an amazing special effects artist and editor and whatever, the tools became more prevalent. Like they started making apps, they started making everything to do it all for you. And now I get to a what do you call it, crossroads where it's like, I've got all these skills. Sure, I could do some cool stuff, but it takes a lot of time to do it that way. When there's an app that can do something similar in a fraction of the time. The only problem is with those apps, and this is like the new AI art and everything, and you could say maybe even digital art, is that it all ends up starting to look very similar. And when you watch YouTube channel and they're using those apps to do all that stuff, it's all the same. It looks the same. And if I were to spend a little extra time doing it, it would stand out over everything else. Just like original artwork, hand drawn with a pen and ink, a pencil, all that stands out over digital art. And everyone, when digital art started becoming a thing, everyone's like, oh my gosh, digital art. It's like, should I allow a digital artist to do my comic book? This was a thing, I believe. Like, I kind of remember back in the day, Marvel and DC talking about it, like digital art. That's people saying that's not real art. I've actually seen some really good digital art now, but that's people who are skilled and actually have taken the craft of digital art to the next level, just like people who took pen and ink and quill pens and all that stuff to the next level, and they stand out. Frank Frazetta and Wrightson and all these other artists stand out amongst people like me. I'm just like a nobody compared to those guys for now. But then it comes to digital artwork, digital art, everything kind of, because the computer algorithm draws the line for you, even though your hand's doing the motion. However, there are artists that stand out because they learn the tools and they manipulate. They know how to work push that computer to the limits, and it stands out. Like Jimenez, I think he works for DC. I actually really like his artwork. And John Malin's actually a really good digital artist too. He's one of my favorites. His style is awesome. But then now you got this AI. I don't know if you've heard about the AI art.
Dude, I got some things to say about that. Are you familiar with ChatGPT?
No. What was ChatGPT?
We can talk about that later on. But
is that the AI bot? Is that the chat bot? Yeah, I have heard about that. Yeah. Well, right now, there's like a bunch of AI art that's coming out because it's impressive. And there are people who are clearly scared because they're on Twitter. People that work in the industry, they're like, "Oh man, I'm never gonna if you're an AI art, don't come at me with AI art because you're not a real blah blah blah." I'm sure somebody said the same thing about digital artists. You know what I mean? And but just like when people stopped doing the drafting aspect of drawing, they just started hash drawing. You know what I mean? Like scratch drawing, comic books. It actually became kind of a style. Not my favorite style, but it became a thing, you know, and that became, I guess, accepted into the industry. Then digital art and so on. Just like I was saying, people stand out, and I'm sure someone will maximize this AI to a potential that makes it worth putting in the industry. However, nothing beats original art. Dude, there's like a fly around here. Anyways, nothing beats original art, man. You just can't. And especially somebody who's good, you know? You just can't beat that. At least I don't think you can. They may look nicer and cleaner on digital artwork, but I mean, I think sometimes it's the flaws that make a piece freaking awesome. We were talking about going over here to Dylan's. This is am I sharing this right? I don't know how to share. I don't know if the audio is shared. There's
I'll let settings. You know. I'll let you know.
Okay, all right. Let me know. Let me go. This is Dylan. Oh, by the way, this is Dylan over. Go to Raging Rainbow. Subscribe to Raging Rainbow. I love this channel. He's hilarious, and he's from our hometown. Which is when I heard, it's kind of weird. When I heard him talk, I could kind of hear that accent. Like that city has its own accent. And I was like, he sounds like he's from around here. And then he mentioned one day that he was in like South Texas.
You're talking to him and you're like, hey, so have you ever dumped a diaper in a parking lot? Because you kind of sound like the guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Ron, there was actually, that's no joke. I did that. Not that particular thing, but I was in his live streams and I was just like, I mentioned something about, I don't remember what it was. I mentioned something just to kind of see, like, you're from South Texas, right? And he's like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. He's talking about some store that he went to. And I was like, is that the one next to blah, blah, blah? And he was like, I don't remember exactly how the conversation went, but I was able to figure out he was from there, you know, from Corpus. And I was like, dude, you're from Corpus. I can tell. I can just tell you're from Corpus. That's where I'm from. And then I'm like a psycho. So I like hit him up on Twitter and was like, bro, we got to talk. And I was drunk that day. And I ended up calling him and we ended up chatting for a couple of hours. It was funny, dude. I'm like, people, if I hit you up on Twitter, don't be scared. I'm a good guy.
It's going to be bad. The conversation is a little scary.
I'm socially awkward. That's Dylan. I'm a good guy. I hit him up all as awkward and creepy as you can be, but because Dylan's a good guy. He was very generous and polite. And we had a cool conversation. And then I went on one of his live streams and realized I couldn't they were talking they're DC guys. He hangs out with like some DC dudes. And I'm a Marvel guy, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a Marvel man, and these are some DC dudes. And I couldn't hang in that conversation. I tried to hang, but anyways, here's some if you go check out Dylan Raging Rainbow, tell me if you can hear this. Hold on, I can't even hear this
right now.
Hold on, I can't even hear it. Hold on, I think it's my computer. Oh, now that. Okay, what's up? What is up with this? So it's not sharing audio. I have to put it on here. And then I'm going to mute myself. All right, can you hear that?
Yeah, low quality. And it's got that you know, where the audio cuts out.
Right. It's back once again.
You can hear
it. Let's see how they're planning to further develop the story of Tim Drake and his new boyfriend. God, that's going to be a part in there. You're going to see in a minute why I'm having much trouble picking up a drive to actually start talking about this story. So you know what? Let me just shut up and get straight into it. Let's begin the story. Yes. So we start here at the Gotham City Marina, which is where Tim is living now. And he's thinking to himself, it says, it's been 6 weeks since I moved out to figure out who I am away from my family. Ever since moving here, I've felt strange. And we can see right here on the boat where there's this thing in French. I'm not I've never really spoken French, so I'm not going to try to speak it in this recording, but you can see what it says. It originally comes from the 18th century French philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau's novel, The New Eloise, and it basically just translates into deny that which is and explain that which is not. It became much more popular when it was used in the ending of Edgar Allan Poe's story, The Murders in the Rue Morgue, which is basically exactly what this story is. There you go. We've reached the end. Aren't you happy we got through it, guys? We got through it. It only took one panel. We already know
Oh
what
my
the story
god,
is.
I love it, dude. That's smart. I never would have even like thought to like read the background art just to figure out that they just ripped off this whole thing from another story. That's funny.
That's awesome.
Oh man, that's
Hey,
great. All
kudos
right.
to him for his delivery on
Yeah,
that. Like, he
dude.
just explained that whole thing, and like what took them an entire comic book. You know, you're talking about 10 hours a page just for inking. God knows how long they spent putting that entire comic book together, and he just explained the whole thing in one panel.
Yeah, that's like it's in a much more elegant way. He basically did that episode of Family Guy where Peter's like recorded over Citizen Kane. He's like, it's a sled, and I just saved you 2 hours.
You're welcome.
That's exactly. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, I don't like y'all go watch Dylan's. I'm not gonna watch this whole video, but man, I want to show you Robin. Let's see. I'm gonna skip through here. Okay, first of all, this is Robin. Out of uniform. Out of uniform.
I bet he got in trouble for that.
All right, look at that. Look at that. This is fucking DC. Okay. All right. All right.
Well, it's artwork.
It's something. There was a one panel in particular, dude, that I was just like, oh my god. Okay. Oh, this is a good one right here. Look at this. This might be it. Look at his neck for starters. This turkey neck. Look at this turkey neck. Oh, damn fly. That's insane. Second of all, I don't know what are his eyes indented, like eyes pop out of your head, right? Hold on, I want to share screen this. Eyes. Okay, you see this right? What I'm pointing at right here on the left panel, his left eye, or the left eye on this page. You see the shadow here, right?
Yeah.
You see that? Okay. Well, eyes come out of the head, so the shadow would be curved over the eye, but instead it goes alongside his brow shadow right here, which makes his eye look indented, like a dead fish or something. You know how like if fishes die, their eyes suck into their skulls. It kind of gives. Oh man, you can't really see it that great from there, but. And I don't want to like not like trash artwork, but I'm gonna trash this artwork, dude. Second of all, come over to the right panel.
Outside the lines is what I see.
Oh yeah, yeah. Over here on the right side, look at the shape of his head. Like to me, it looks like a bean or like okay. Sometimes you see like cartoonists say, "Hey, this is how to draw a picture," and then they'll start with like a bean, right? And then eventually fill it in, make it look real nice. Well, it looks like they just stopped with the bean. They said that's good.
On that panel right there, the thing that stands out to me is his neck on the left side, other than the coloring outside the lines and some of the other stuff you mentioned there. His neck.
Yeah, the turkey neck.
The spine, like all I see is like whatever the spine must be in order to accommodate that shape.
Dude, his big bean head would break this neck. Look at how skinny and long this neck is.
This is a superhero, guys.
Dude, by the way, this is a Robin comic book. Like Robin. And I want to show you the covers, but you know what? I'm not going to show you the covers. Here's another they have some covers that are deceiving. They're like really badass artwork, but when you open the page, you get this. Look at this head, dude. First, you got the turkey neck thing going on here. I'm not sure what that's all about. It's weird. Like, is this art? I don't even know. Archie's better than this.
Since when did they hire young Adam Sandler to be the new Robin?
Yeah, right. Like that's the neck. That's the kind of neck that you can wrap your fist around. You know what I mean?
And then he would get strangled by any of the villains that I've seen, even in the DC universe.
Dude, they wouldn't just they would like grab imagine a chicken and then grabbing its head and then just shaking it, and just breaking it. Anyways, second of all, what is with this hash?
Hold on. Beneath his ear, do you see how there's like that piece of neck where the bottom of his hairline is? It's like natural, and then it has to like indent in towards his skinny little neck instead of like giving
because that would mean this is part of his skull right here, like underneath his ear. And then if you look, I don't know if you can see, I don't know what you're looking at, but if you can see, it looks like they did a gradient halftone right here, right? And then so, but then it stops, the halftone stops and it goes straight to a black line right here. Now this is just me being an artist nitpicker or whatever. I think they should have kept this outline going all the way around. Now maybe it's some artistic license or whatever. He's got red eyes, but I don't know. They should have like thinned that line out a little bit, and then it cuts in. This gradient cuts into his ear.
So my other question on this is right above his ear, right behind his head. What is this? What's with the pig pen? Fucking like the dust, like when he's dancing on Peanuts and he's got the dust shit like over his head. Like what's with Robin? And
so this is an example of that. This is not even a good example of this. I've seen good examples of sketch artwork in comics. It's clearly a sketch. It's not like it's a well done sketch, but not this. I'm talking about like the Deep, I think is what it's called. The Wake. The Wake.
The Deep from The Boys?
Yeah, no. I'm thinking of The Wake. The Wake. There's a comic book called The Wake, and the artwork is very hash. It's like hash marked, like hash line. And I'll show you here in a second. But right here, it's scratchy. Like in The Wake, the artwork it works. And here, I'm seeing in the teeth, like. Do you see his bottom jaw here and up in here?
Yeah.
This is pencil sketches that should have been erased, at least in post, in like the computer. Yeah. This looks like they took a marker and didn't even fucking try. Let's see what Dylan has to say about this just for a second. I want to listen to what Dylan has to say about this.
And he's making this face, which is supposed to be, I guess, suave because he gave some sort of smooth line, but it just comes across looking more like he knows that he has a dead body stashed in his trunk and you don't. Anyway,
dude, go subscribe to Raging Rainbow. He is it is a tragedy. He is not at 1,000 subscribers right now.
I wish we had him on the stream right now. This is awesome.
Hold on, I'm gonna send Dylan hold on a second. I'm sure he's. Yeah, I'm gonna send him a link real quick. Send him the link. I doubt. He's a busy man. I doubt he'll be able to, but I'm going to try. This is one of those. Dude, this is probably the best live stream I've ever done so far. Oh, man. Messages. Dude, I can't see. I've got, like, all this shit in front of me. I can't even see my screens. I need to raise my screens. Okay. Dylan's got to be on here. Where's Dylan? Raging.
He's probably on holiday, enjoying time with his family, and you're like, hey, we're trying to talk about Gay Robin. We need
there it is.
Your input on this.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Dude! Exclamation mark. Hold on. Damn it. I typed that wrong. Dude!
I wish we could see the screen while you were typing this.
Exclamation. Say what? You want to see my screen?
It'd be funny to see you while you're typing it.
All right, hold on. I'll share. I don't think I have any, like, doxing anything. Hold up. All right, here we go. Down here, people. Down here. Dude! Can't. I gotta have my grammar right. I'm live right now! Exclamation, like all caps. Right now. X. Okay. Dude, that Highland Park's kicking in, man. I fucking love it. Dude, I'm live right now. Join. Wait, no. No, that's weird.
Yeah,
Talking about you. Join us. And then, oh fuck, I forgot to hit the Control V. There we go. He's probably not going to get it in time, but dude, that would be awesome if he did. Back to YouTube.
Bernard is asking him, isn't one named Trout? He says, close. Tuna. He works the boats in the yard, and this is where we kind of get a little bit of backstory.
That little guy works the boats in the yard?
Apparently we have Tammy and Lauren who live in a boat next to me.
Oh, yeah, Robin lives in a boatyard now. And he
doesn't look like a yardly to me.
He's dating Bernard. You know what? I'm not even going to do this. I'm going to let Dylan say this part.
Progressive.
He's okay. So all these people are the people that also live at the boatyard, and Robin is analyzing. If you notice, the lines around their heads is Robin, I think, analyzing these people. I believe that's what's happening. It might be the narrator analyzing it, but I think it's Robin.
Pride flag. Of course they are. But of course they are.
Of course, all the people in the boatyard all the people in the boatyard are very progressive, awesome human beings.
They're dead. When Pi isn't working on the dock, they're hanging out with them. I read through this the first time, and wasn't until just this time that I actually really read that last sentence. Because now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, Pi is the third person, and the they is that they have. There's Louie and Sophie. I think they are single-handedly keeping the cigarette industry alive. And then there's James, my landlord. Pretty sure he didn't even know boats floated until last year. Cute. So,
okay, there's some more artwork in here. Hold on. Okay, so Bernard. Okay, so this issue, there's another example of that fucking weird bean-shaped head. Hold on. I'm going to show both of us while I do this. I don't know if it's relevant, but people forget that I have my brother here, and he's looking badass smoking a cigar. So so if you look here, you can see his bean-shaped head. I don't know what's with the Band-Aid on his nose. Hold on.
He got beat up in the boatyard living over there because he had to get hazed.
Right here.
Probably
this is the fucking no, this is not the panel, but this is an example of what I'm talking about. Robin here. Look at Robin. If you were to see this, tell me what kid looks at this. I don't know. I mean, you know what? Maybe because they read fucking Dogman.
It's millennial Robin.
Yeah, Captain Underpants. Maybe. I think that's an example of what's going on here, dude. They're like, I think that DC is going like, well, they're reading Dogman and Captain Underpants. Look at the artwork there. Maybe we were trying too hard, you know?
It's going to sell either way. Just slap Robin's name on it and call it a day. Let's all go get lunch.
Yeah, they're like, okay, what is this? What is Robin doing? I'm sure Dylan. Dan. Yeah, I'm sure Dylan has a lot to say about this particular.
I don't understand how this person is supposed to be. Like, I'm assuming he beats people up, right? Like, isn't that like a Robin thing?
Robin is supposed to. Now, what's going on here is I believe in the comic, there's a murder in the boatyard, and Robin has to solve it. But I think it's unclear whether everyone knows that Robin or Tim Drake or whatever is Robin, but he's solving the murder.
So I'm going to tell you, as somebody who spends some time on boats, and I've been in a fight here and there.
Now hold on.
If I'm going to murder somebody, particularly in a boatyard, guess where that body's going? It ain't going in the boatyard. Like, I'm going to use my expertise as a yardly with the boats, and I'm going to be taking that body offshore, not even far, because I'm lazy. I'm going to take that body a half a mile offshore with a couple of cement bricks, and I'm dropping it in the drink. That's where the body's going, and there is no mystery to solve. It's a boat yardly. You know, nobody's looking for that guy, for one.
Hmm.
For two, if you were looking for him, and you're not, but if you were, you're not looking for him in the boatyard. You're not going to find any clues there. He's offshore. He's been fed to the sharks.
Wait, are you saying that this murder is illogical because anyone in a boatyard would clearly have taken the dead body off into the ocean,
Utilize their resources for the probably like the what I'm going to call the second most successful way of going about doing a murder. Yeah, that's how it's done.
I agree. I would totally do that. And actually, you know, you don't want to leave any evidence behind on shore. So what you want to do is take the
like
body off.
Probably is.
Well, yeah, you got to take the body out, and then when offshore, you chop the body up, put it in a crab trap, and dude, you get some crabs. Don't just throw the body overboard. What a waste.
You're probably at work. You're probably being, you're doing 30-hour shifts. You might be on the boat for 2 weeks at a time. You might as well like kill two birds, right?
Yes.
I guess legit. Like, what's the name? That's not even an analogy. Kill two birds.
Yeah, you kill two humans with one knife, and then you throw them overboard. Hold on, I got a message. Did I get a message back? Oh no, that was a notification. Oh yeah. Also, oh yeah. I didn't even mention that I was live. I'm live on YouTube. Should I live on YouTube? I'm live. I don't need to say I'm live on YouTube. Hey, Dylan, I'm live on YouTube right now. Duh. Okay. What's this notification then? I got a notification. B Rose says is live. Peter Orchard is live.
Nice.
4 hours ago. Damn it, I'm late. Hold on.
B Rose appreciate that regardless, right?
Yeah, I totally appreciate that, B Rose. Also, I've never actually spoken to B Rose in person. Like, I've been in his live streams. There was he needed a backer to get him over 1,000 or something like that one day. I was that guy that got him over the 1,000 mark, whether it was $1,000 or B Rose. You're gonna have to tell me about that. You out of the shower yet? Hold on. I will just show you here. I have never spoken to B Rose, and I don't have any there's no incriminating anything on here. I don't talk about naughty shit on Twitter. You out of the shower yet? I'm live again. And Control V. Boom. That's how I'm gonna do this. Thank you.
Hit up Peter Orchard Studios on Twitter.
This is Peter Orchard Studios. I'm alive. This is what Peter Orchard is all about. Like terrorizing people on Twitter. But should I send Ethan Van Sciver or Elon Musk? Hey, Elon Musk, you want to go live on the live? No, I don't. He won't. He didn't follow me.
Yeah, they got to follow you. At FYI on that, I got like 5 more minutes here. I've got a dance that I have to do in the morning.
So there's no excuses.
This right here requires some beauty sleep for dance.
Oh my god, dude, we've only been on for an hour. I know it's hard work when you do your hour live streams, but the guys, I'm used to like hours and hours of fun. All right, hold on. Do we want to go back over here? Hold on. There's something right here. Back to this, because nope, nobody's in the back room right now. Hold on. Oh, there's a panel that will blow your mind if it's on here. I swear Dylan showed it. I swear he did. Hold on. What's this? No. Okay, so essentially, what happened in this comic was that there was a murderer or something like that. People, and then They come to find out it's a ghost. It's a ghost. And that in order to stop the ghost, Robin has to give the ghost his knife back in order to stop him.
Okay.
Oh, this is another example of that bean. It's like a bean head or beanbag head. I don't know what the hell how to explain it. This weird. Okay, let me describe it. If you look here, wait a minute. Where are you going?
I'm right here. I'm grabbing a jacket. It's cold out.
Pussy. If you look here, you see Robin's head is like an L shape, right? Nobody's head's shaped that way. And so it's maybe cartoony, I guess, but that is weird, dude. This is just there's a panel. It honestly looks like a bottom jaw with a top of the head slouched over the jaw, which is the panel I'm looking for. But
he looks like he has a very soft head. Like there's nothing that tells me about this character. Like, thank God the bad guy was a ghost that I assume is ethereal in some kind of way where he can't like land a punch, because Ron looks like the most glass jaw person I've ever seen.
It's I don't know what the hell they're thinking. I know this is not new. This is like a fairly like not new as in like this is not this week. This is like a month or two ago. But this is just not. When I say, hey, who wants to read a Robin comic book? I'm not thinking like I'm not thinking Scooby-Doo. You know, I want Robin and Batman to kick some fucking ass. You know, some Joker ass.
Sound effect. So he's talking about how Detective Williams pushed.
Woofing. Oh my God, who's in there? Someone's watching us right now.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. This is this is not the panel, but this is yet again even accentuated with the shadow. See the shadow from his head? His upper head is casting the shadow onto his lower head, which is like, see, his upper head is slouching over his lower head. Oh my God, dude. It's driving me nuts looking at this. There's actually aspects of the artwork in this that I like. But not Robin. I fucking hate the way they drew Robin. Like this chick, not too bad. The way it's sketchy. It's like somebody got one of those gel pens or something, you know, and did a comic book, like a student or somebody.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I want to say it's like not bad, and I don't want to go around knocking artists either. Although I've met a whole lot of them that are just like, I don't want to be around you. But like again, this is like, I don't even have a problem. I understand that there is a community out there that, you know, they want and deserve representation. There's not a problem with that. What is wrong about this is that it's like whitewashing characters for the purpose of, you know, like, oh, let's just throw this character into we need an LGBTQ plus character. Let's just take somebody. We're going to call them gay. Hire somebody who's going to make him look, you know, gay. Make him look more gay. Let's make this character more gay so that it can speak to gay people, so that we can get that monkey off of our back and not worry about it. Is how it feels. You know, it feels whitewashed, or whatever the term for that is, for that purpose.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, but as far as the artwork goes, this.
Even still, it looks like the artwork was chosen specifically for that purpose, because I do not see a single thing about any of this that's like, oh, this is the superhero that I want to represent me and who I am. You know, like if you're homosexual and you're like, I want a character that represents me, cool. I understand. I get that. Is this what you want representing you?
Page 1 of the 90s, you know, like this is the one, of course, everybody. Okay. By the way, their cover's ripped off, but that's because I let a bunch of fucking third graders read it and they ripped the cover off of it. But X-Men #1. Which, okay, you know what? Hold on, I got a better right here, actually. Let's do that again. X-Men #1. First page. Boom. Oh, let me go full screen on this. Dude, come on. That's fucking amazing. I know some people don't like Jim Lee because the human being Jim Lee is a, whatever. Apparently he's kind of shady. But as an artist, no one will deny this shit, dude. Come on, look at that.
Yeah.
No, wait. Hold on, I'm sorry. Look at that.
There you go.
Like, come on now. Let's go, Robin.
You grew up reading that. That's the kind of artwork that you get, and you're like, you know what? I just want somebody that I can relate to, and then this is what you get.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, look at these covers right here this is #1, #3. Like, this is the kind of shit that pops out, it makes you want to like go grab the comic. There's a lot of action, a lot of colors, and it's just cool. It's cool shit. And but the artwork is driving me nuts. I'm not finding the specific panel, but I mean, I've basically shown you exactly what I was going to. There is a panel that accentuates that weird bean head where like the top of the head is slouching over the bottom jaw, and it's so exaggerated that it's just impossible to miss. And it drives me nuts. That's the new Robin. By the way, go check out Dylan over at Raging Rainbow's channel and watch that Tim Drake, Robin #1, the murders in the characterization video. It's good. It's really good, man. And I recommend everybody go subscribe to his channel and watch that because it's great. And he does a great job doing all of his videos. But like we're talking about the Robin, and it's not just the stories. The stories are bad. The artwork is bad. Now, not all artwork, not all stories are bad, but it's a trend, like it's a trend that's happening. And I don't like those channels that sit there and just knock on comics, right? But I don't like the channels that shamelessly defend those comics either, there's a standard that was set as far as comics entertainment, what's interesting, and people who defend the shit that's going on now is just they're just defending it for points, for brownie points, for a group, I guess. On the other hand, you have people who shit on shit for points, and there's like a middle ground. It's not even a middle ground. It's a line that's drawn, and the line is this. Like, this is the line right here. You know what I mean? Like, there's artwork that's good, but the only thing I don't like about this issue is that it's a little confusing to read. As a kid, I've read this comic since 1991, right? 1991. I got this. I remember when this shit came out, and I'm pretty sure it was 1991. 1991. Mm-hmm. I have read this comic book like hundreds and hundreds of times. But the storytelling, that's not a good example. The paneling, like his paneling is a little bit like over the top. Now, I know they like apparently gave Jim Lee like license with this. Like they're with trying to get issues out every month, they kind of pressure artists to they pressure artists to like, hey guys, come on. Yeah, we're under a deadline. We don't have a whole lot of time. So we need you to crank out some shit. And they gave Jim Lee some license with this one. They said, hey, go ahead, take your time, do amazing work. It's from what I understand. And most of it is like badass. Perfect. I would say perfect because it's easy to read, it's easy to follow.
Pretty.
However, where is it at? There's some pages Well, I guess the better example would be right here at the beginning. That's easy to understand. Easy to understand. That's easy. That's easy to understand. That's easy to understand. Where's the first page of the X-Men? Dude, this page blew like. No, not this page. This is a weird little panel to have off to the side. Now, this is an establishing a full screen. Yeah. Draw cam right here. So on this page, you can see this is a double page spread, splash page, except right here, to a child, you would never see this. Honestly, I was in my 20s before I ever even noticed this. And that's not a big deal, but this is an establishing shot right here.
Yeah, that layout is weird.
It's a weird layout. It's edgy, I guess, whatever. But I honestly didn't. If you were just reading, you would read it like a movie, I guess. But it doesn't matter that much that we're establishing. Oh, we're over here at Xavier School for the Gifted. This doesn't really tell you anything. It's kind of almost pointless to have this panel in here. There's more that I didn't even notice until recently, where he just throws all these pictures all over the place. Dude, and this is not... God, you know what? This is stupid. I can't even... This newsprint paper, I can't even... That's not the right one. I can't even with that newsprint, dude. All right, there we go. Got some grip. Perfect. Even better. And a lot of his stuff. Okay. Oh, there it is. Let's start over. Thank you, third graders. I had this comic book for 30 fucking years. Yeah. Took you 5 minutes to destroy it. I don't care. I've got 3 other copies. But this is actually the first one that I ever had. That's not that matters. This shit right here is a little... it's a lot, right? For a kid to read. This is a lot. Now, it's like it's in order, so it's easy to follow, and that's fine. It's a lot, though. That's a lot. No, that's not. This is a lot, but not that bad. This is getting a little bit more convoluted. Let me just pull this down here. So, you look at this page, and you're like, oh, it looks cool as shit. But first, you have a panel here, right here. This is its own panel. It blends into this panel. And then it blends. Okay, so we got this panel, and then we got over here. Now, there's so much information happening right here alone. When I was a kid, I didn't understand what the fuck. I thought he was standing on a mountain. But no, it's a submarine. And they show you that it's a submarine right here. So then we go over here. There's this panel. I honestly don't know what this guy is. Who is this guy? He deflected the attack, and then as an object lesson. I don't know. I'm not sure. Even 30 years later. Oh, no, these guys are okay. There's a guy here and a guy here. They are on the submarine. Magneto is pulling the submarine out of the ocean and standing on top of it like a badass. And here we go. Inside, the people are dying.
Hey, Peter. I don't mean to interrupt. I'm at 3% battery, and I've dropped like half of that since we've been talking about this. I apologize. I'm afraid I got to get out of here. My battery is about to die. Like, it's literally going to shut off.
All right, man. That's cool. Thanks for stopping in. I'm not sure, how much longer I'm going to be able to go. Like, I can't. I don't know. I don't know how to do this on my own. But actually,
Dude,
I will.
Doing what you're doing. Start doing some drawing. Talk about the stuff that you're talking about. Keep doing it, and people will pop in. Maybe we'll get one of those guys who you sent the link to.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome if one of them showed up. All right, man. Well, thanks for coming in, and I don't know. You can be up later. Like get your phone charged up. I might hit you up later.
Not tonight. I'm going to bed because I've got to get up early for Savannah's dance in the morning.
That's cool. All right, man. Well, I'll talk to you later on. Cheers.
Hey, appreciate
Thanks for
you having
hopping
me on,
in.
man. I enjoyed it. And I look forward to the next one.
Yeah,
Later,
definitely,
man.
dude. Later. All right. Back to business. So I boarded him. He was so bored that he had to leave. I don't blame him. This is serious shit going on over here. So this page, I'm not a big fan. This panel's not so bad. He's obviously sucking out the nukes. And then he's like looking back over here at the X-Men. He's angry. That's easy to read. That's a little extra. I don't know. I'm just like going off of when I was a kid. When I was a kid, it was just like a lot. The artwork is amazing, but that is a lot to gather in your head. Okay. So Cyclops, of course, blasts Magneto through the thing, and then he sees all the skeletons. I did not pick up on that as a kid. All I know is that like there's a lot of words, and when I'm a kid, I was just looking at the artwork, and I want to see Wolverine. I want to see the action and all that in a fight scene. I don't want to read exposition. I want to be in the fight. I want to be excited by the fight, but there's and he remembers another time, other bodies, bones still coated with the flesh and of family and friends tossed into a lime-soaked pit, and him along with them. Only he was still alive. Like, dude, in the middle of a battle. Look at that shot. Look at that shot, dude. I'm interested in what's going on over here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need I don't know. Say it, call me wrong. Maybe I'm missing something here. I'm still reading it like I was a kid, and I'm like, okay, he's having a flashback, PTSD, while Wolverine is coming in on him. All right. When I was a kid, I didn't read any of that shit. It's just too much. I'm not knocking it. I love Jim Lee. I love this artwork. But that's a lot. That's a lot going on. And the whole point of me pulling this stuff up, and I got sidetracked, was to talk about that weird paneling, which honestly, this is like got to be the most confusing one out of all of them. I don't know if this is a thing, if other people have talked about it, but his paneling is kind of confusing. Maybe this is a better example. Maybe I find a better example of what I'm talking about in issue number 3. Okay. Right here. There's stuff going on over here. Then we're cutting away to this. But I don't know this building. I don't know what... Okay, again, this is like the establishing shot with the X-Mansion. This is like, I don't recognize this. So I'm going to see this, and I'm going to say, okay, S.H.I.E.L.D., I get it. But what is this? Like Tony Stark has a building. You know, the Fantastic Four have a building. I don't know what this building is. This is some random hotel room. I don't know. So what? Jam. But when I was a kid, I didn't care about any of that. I was just reading it. I honestly didn't even think too much about this either. So this chick, I think it's Moira, got covered in metal. I think Magneto had like covered her up in metal, so she couldn't talk, and she's like crying. Again, there's a lot of stuff happening that I can't follow as a child. Today I understand because I have to like look at it and really like analyze everything that's happening and read it. And Jim Lee's not the best example of this disconjointed storytelling that I'm like kind of talking about here. And I don't remember how I even got on this topic here, but we were talking about Robin. I didn't like the artwork, and I like the artwork of this, but I don't like some of his storytelling. This ain't bad. Okay, this is a little bit mixed right here. Here we go. Got Magneto. We're telling a story right here. Magneto's doing this thing. He's going on. Then we cut to Star City, Cosmodrome in Baikonur, whatever. And then over here, I see Magneto again. Okay, there's some dude on like some crazy computer screen here. And then somebody who's very stressed out, and he's talking about it. Then we cut over here to the White House. That is the White House, dude. Straight up, that's the White House. Clearly the White House. Nick Fury talking to what I would assume is the president right here. That's got to be the president. That is easy to understand. Well, right here, we're in Russia or some shit. And then right here, boom, over here. There's a lot going on right there. But then we're cutting to the X-Men. Okay. So basically what this page is doing is ending Magneto's dealing with some shit. Magneto's done dealing with shit. Cut away to this other building. These people are like, oh my God, Magneto's dealing with some shit. And then we cut to the White House. Okay. You know what? Good luck, third graders, understanding all that. I understand this. This is easy to understand. We get splash pages. Oh, not a splash page, but we get splash page, X-Men. They're fighting. They're okay. Not too worried. They're clearly in the danger room. They're fighting. What's going on over here? That's so you don't even have to read anything. This is so easy to understand. They got their teams. They're teaming up. They're doing their little teamwork thing, practicing, their little battle skills. That's a freaking amazing panel. I love this panel so much. And the fact that this whole thing too, like bang, Charlie, you're dead. Back off, Wolverine. You made your point. Are you nuts or what? You know how dangerous those adamantium claws of yours are? A wave of your arm can slice them through solid steel. One slip just now, and Wolverine knows what the fuck he's doing, and Professor X isn't going to let him, cut him. So what is Cyclops doing? Shut the fuck up, Cyclops. I don't slip, bub. Exercise was to tag the prof. Yeah, professor. That's just what I do. You got a problem with that? Anyways, I'm not going to do this. But, so, a little bit of fanboying out on that. Let's get back to the modern day comics, right? This is modern day comics right here. It's a shame. And you know what? I'm at the school all the time. I'm talking to kids. I'm like, hey, y'all want to read a real comic book? And I show them that X-Men. They are ecstatic. And I think if they had been exposed to that, they probably would be reading that instead of manga. Not that manga's bad. I actually dig some of the mangas, but kids, they're reading Dogman and Captain Underpants, and they should be reading X-Men. They should be reading the Max. They should be reading Pit. They should be reading some amazing comic books. The look in kids' faces when they look at that artwork and they want to read it. Cyber Frog, dude, 4th and 5th grade. Not the old Cyber Frog, the modern Cyber Frog, Blood Honey, Cyber Frog, Blood Honey. I showed to a bunch of kids of 4th and 5th grade. I had a 4th grader read the entire issue in a class period. Now, before you get all like, what are you doing? We had finished our work. This was like a waste of. This was like a 3-hour class, 2-hour class. They had to do a coloring page. All right. I did my job, and the kids just start talking. So I start saying, hey, read a comic book, read something. You want something to read? Here's Cyberfrog. Man, this kid loves Cyberfrog. Ethan, this kid loves Cyberfrog. And I want to say, go to a comic book store. Go buy yourself a Cyberfrog, because they don't have Indiegogo accounts. They don't maybe necessarily have eBay, but they can go to the comic book store and buy this amazing comic book. If that makes sense, if that is a point that anyone wants to, get, is that it is not about, I'm not one of those soy boys or whatever saying stupid shit like, you need to be, you're not real professional because you're not in a comic book shop. Meh, meh, meh. No, the point is, I can't send kids in junior high to Indiegogo. I can't send them to eBay. I can say go to a comic book shop. Now, I'm not really knocking the Indiegogo thing, but we got to figure out something. We got to figure out a way, because you're selling to our generation. There's 2 generations or so in between, and there's a new generation itching for something new, and they're reading manga and this fucking garbage. Dylan, what do you have to say about this garbage?
Stop thinking and start helping. He says, I'm trying. I know the story it's from, but I don't know how to end it. She says, what? Well, this is your story, Robin. End it how you would want.
You know what? I want to end it like this. I'm going to say, guys who are on Indiegogo and everybody who's, doing the Comicsgate thing right now, we've got a generation. We've got to pick this back up. And if we're going to do that, we have to sell to our kids. Get your kids to start reading this stuff. You know what I mean? Get your kids to go buy a Cyberfrog for your kids. Go support some Comicsgate. Go to Camel Moon. Do I still have that up? Oh, yes, I do. Thank you very much. Go get Boots and Heels. I don't know if this is appropriate for kids. Camel Moon, is this appropriate for kids? It doesn't look like it's not appropriate for kids. God, I love that artwork. That artwork is so good, dude. Like, okay. Anybody's like, look at the colors, man. The colors it's unique. This is completely unique. I love this. And after staring at it for days and days, every page I could find, and there was that one website that I found, Camel Moon. I found it with the whole issue in there, and I read it. I read the whole thing, and I don't know if you want people to know about that, but I'm going to say it anyways. The whole issue is available if you want to find the first issue, not all the rest, just the first issue. Look at this artwork, man. That is that's cool. These characters look cool. It's fun. There's a particular piece that I am fond of. Where's it at? Where is it at? It was NPC, Mr. NPC. I love. Okay, this is cool, by the way. It's not splatter. It's I just like your line work, dude. Your line work is really cool. It's really interesting. I'm over here like some, I don't know, if Jim Lee knockoff or something. I don't fucking know what I'm doing, but where'd it go? Where did it go? Okay. All right. If I was gonna say do a computer, who would think to do this kind of line work with it? It's like Jack Kirby. It's like very Jack Kirby. It's like that old school style. I love it, man. This is so good. And these characters are so interesting. Okay. Here's the page. These particular characters right here. The X-Thems. All right. I'm going to show you what I've got. So right here, we have Clapback Karen. If you look here, I've got Clapback Karen right here. And I'm doing, my style, which I'm not sure what that. We call it what you want, whatever kind of style you think that is. I've got all these characters here, but I would have thought to do the line. I never would have thought to do something. No. Can I zoom in? Okay. Right here. Like this line work and stuff. I don't know. It gives the illusion of it's metallic, right? Like it gives that illusion. Not chrome necessarily, but it gives that illusion of like metallic. I love it. I think this looks really cool. And the arms and everything as well looks metallic. It's a texture thing. It's like when it comes to rendering, texture is what it's all about. And this gives the illusion of like metal. I never would have even like done these kind of lines to show metal. I would have. What am I doing? Oh, I'm way over here. Okay. No, I hit the wrong button. I accidentally opened up a program. Anyways, let me pull this down. So, like, right here, I haven't gotten to Mr. NPC, but you can see here. Focus. I did not do that kind of texture. I gave it a little bit of reflection. I don't know what style this is, but this is my Mr. NPC. I think it's cool, and I can't wait to ink him in and then also here. Hive Mind. Anyways, this piece is going to be cool. Oh yeah. Right there. These characters are so awesome. I'm going to do another stream. I think, I don't know, if y'all want me to leave comments, if y'all want me to live stream. Is this better than the draw stream? Or should I live stream only talking to somebody? Should I live stream drawing? Should I live stream talking? I don't know what I'm better at. It's hard to do both. And if I don't have an audience, especially, right? If I don't have anybody in here, it's really hard to do both, to talk and draw. Just I'm not, I guess, that professional. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream. I'm going to try maybe do another live stream tomorrow if I can. Maybe I'll do the draw stream. And if y'all pop in, you can let me know if you think it's cool or not, if you like it. I'm going on, what, 1 hour and 40 minutes right now. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Subscribe is the key because I need to get more subscribers. You can tell me what you like, and I will do more of that. And then it'll be great. This channel will be awesome and amazing, and I love you guys. Thanks for coming in here, or like everybody that actually came in here. Everybody else, to everybody who comes and checks this video out, thanks for checking this video out. I got all these links. I'm going to put the link to Camel Moon in the description as soon as I get off of here. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you again next time. Did I end yet? No? Oh, dang it. I'm a boomer. God